That was actually the song that made me like Too Short. For a long time I didn't get it. And then that nigga rap.
What song is that?
It's called "Couldn't Be a Better Player."
Oh, that's my bop. That's the song you hear when you start looking for the exit signs, because you're like, oh, these niggas finna stop fighting up in this bitch.
It's Lil
Who
Jon.
Is the artist? It's not Too Short.
Yeah, it's Too Short. It's Lil Jon.
I mean, he.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, it's Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. It couldn't be a better player, and the Too Short is all over it. I feel like I got this from a you remember music stores? Y'all remember those?
Mm-hmm.
So music stores used to have like VHS and DVD sections that had like either like weird music documentaries or like just mishmash nigga shit. It didn't really always make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Half a comedy special plus a concert and all this stuff. And I want to say this was either on one of the like Luke recipes to him. It was either one of the like Luke. He's no longer with us apparently. It was either one of like the Luke tapes or something similar, and it was like this was a bonus on the tape, and I had never heard the song in my fucking life, and then from that day on it became
my bop,
my jam. I was like, this is the greatest.
Bop. That beat goes so hard.
I apologize to the Bay Area. Too Short. I get it now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck I was out to lunch on, but
no, someone in the chat was like curious about where the bass sound came from. Like, no shade, that's not the bass sound. He just a guess.
Yeah, that's Lil Jon in them.
Yeah,
I that was one of those things where like I just associate like the bass sound is so specific. I really was like, oh, that's just they shit. They do some different shit over there. But when he was rapping on that, I said, oh, this nigga can rap on anything. Like, okay, I see it now. Sometimes the laid back flow is what fool you. You be thinking they can't really rap, but I was wrong. What a whistle. What's his favorite word?
Misogyny.
Yes. Shout out to misogyny. Okay. Grew up on it. Nostalgic for it. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tales podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Wednesday, wrapping up our week, kinda, for all the free people, the premium people. We still got work to do. Don't worry.
We do.
We're gonna get y'all material out here, massa. But for the rest of y'all, we won't see you again until Saturday.
Right.
The official weapon of the show is
the taser.
An unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
A bullet ball extreme. And we're not alone.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I've been booking behind the scenes.
Yes, you have. Them emails came in. I was like, God damn.
I'm back. I'm home. I'm in my zone. I can get our friends back on the show.
Right?
And speaking of friends, today's guest is actress, co-host of What's the Tea with Nick and Reg podcast, and fellow Taco Bell Mexican pizza aficionado, NicJu. What's going on, girl?
Hey, my babies.
I know you do love us for real, you know.
Ain't no fake love.
I love us for real. I think we got a little bit of delay, which I'm used to with our faulty ass equipment. So
okay.
Work with that.
We'll try to figure it out as podcast professionals here.
You know what? If you a lot of times refreshing it, because when you
hit the refresh, it'll sometimes take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
It'd been funny if she would have said that and start talking shit about Reggie. I love us for real. Let me tell you who's never done anything ever for me. Reggie. He forgot half of my Mexican pizza and he ain't shit now. It only take one thing from Monique. You like, Oh man, how you been?
You know, I'm out here. I'm trying to do my best to keep my head above water and make my way through the town with these temporary layoffs and stuff. But the Mexican pizza already gone.
Listen, see this. So I don't want to get on my ministry, but when they was getting rid of it, people was really acting like we was overreacting.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was too good for the Mexican pizza, okay?
Come on, brother.
You wasn't with us shooting at the
them
gym.
Jokes, didn't they?
Y'all wasn't with us shooting at the gym. Y'all had all the little jokes for Taco Bell. Oh, and just remixing the same. Soon as it came back, sold out faster than them chicken wings.
He did.
That they had tried to do.
Oh, them chicken wings was flames on. Them chicken wings were actually good.
Come
I
on
didn't
now.
try those. I did not try
they
those.
was good.
I had to try it. We tried it for lip smacking good, but it's one of those things where it's like something that unique. I had to try it just to say I tried it. The only one I really can't bring myself to try is that Wagyu burger from Arby's. It's a personal vendetta at this point. That's my deal.
I mean, my babies, y'all out here disparaging Arby's every week, my babies, and I love us for real. And I come here specifically to discuss this because how, my babies, are we ever? And Sister Karen, I see you over there laughing, Sister Karen, about the Arby's slander every week.
Also, that's honestly like people was throwing that in my face like a notch against my argument. I was like, this might actually be the best material for my argument that they're a drug laundering organization of all time.
For that.
Well, how the fuck you selling Wagyu beef
Wagyu
for $3.99?
Wagyu is expensive because I told Roger, I was like, yeah, baby, them steaks is, sometimes them steaks could be a few $100s. And he looked at me like, a few $100? I was like, yes, nigga, because I look.
In a goddamn recession or inflation or whatever the fuck we in. I've been to the store. I seen the meat prices. Ain't no fucking $5 a Wagyu nowhere in there. What?
So is it that you've tried it and you don't like it, or you just haven't tried it because ain't nobody ever there?
Oh no, I've tried it before. It might see. So this is what happens. It started as, yeah, man, just don't be slapping like that. Like it wasn't even
food don't slap. Food don't slap. Food don't slap. Food don't slap.
Smack, I'm sorry. Ooh, my head got hot. I'm sorry.
Ooh, my baby, my baby.
I know you be correcting us all the time.
You are. Well, I'm really good about it. That's my first slip up in a long time. But
actually, no. When you had Jordan on, he said something slapped, and you agreed, and my heart was broken into a million pieces.
That's on him. That's on him. I don't correct that. You can say you love Arby's. I'm just gonna let you have it. Like I'm not gonna try to think of mine. But the Queen of Ashes and Arby's over there. But yeah, it was. So I had it before. One time I did get sick, but I blame the location. It was like they gave me a chicken cordon bleu, and it was like not cooked. And I was like,
wouldn't get that. I wouldn't ever get.
Yeah,
yeah.
This is back before. This was back in the like, you know, hey, I'll give anything a shot, you know.
Yeah.
And so it went from me being like, yeah, I just don't eat Arby's to people being like, you don't eat Arby's. Like, oh, okay, well now we playing games, and so that's why we were at the place we're at. Okay.
That's kind of how I feel about Taylor Swift. Largely indifferent to her as a record label, brand, and a crew. But every time I mention that I'm not like a huge fan of her, some white person is like, oh my God, I cannot. And so now she is my sworn enemy for the rest of her days.
It just be happening like that. I try to be cognizant of it, but at this point, the joke is better than anything I could come up with.
Yeah.
And I like low key, I do think they know. Y'all hired the cocaine rapper for y'all thing. Like at this point, I'm just playing along with the joke they making. At this, like you can't blame me for this shit. But yeah, the Arby's beef is ironically never settled. So yeah, man, the Mexican pizza sold out faster than Terry Crews, and we sitting up here.
Oh no! Shots fired.
We sitting up here Mexican pizza list because of all these fucking liars, man. That's all. That's the only part that pissed me off.
They said people were ordering them like hundreds at a time.
Nigga, for why? What is you gonna do? Deep freeze them?
Right. Resell them on eBay. Like it's a go get one, man. Look, maybe two if you greedy, but that should be the limit. Like they should have put a limit at the drive-through anyway. Like
I think when they get them back in stock, I guarantee you it's going to be a limit on them.
Yeah.
They will not allow people to do that.
2-4 order and now move the fuck on, man. We went and got ours, and I'm so glad I was pressed to get one.
I got a couple. when I was in California, and they asked me at one time if I wanted a vegetarian, and I feel like Taco Bell owes me some money because I feel like I invented that. Because when I was on Weight Watchers, the number of points for a Mexican pizza without the meat was like 10. With the meat, it was like my whole points for the whole day. So I used to order it without the meat just to get it. So now they're like, "Oh, did you want that vegetarian?" I'm like, "Oh, really?"
For the upcharge now, right? Oh, you want vegetarian?
It should be less.
Come on, that's how they get.
I'm gonna put y'all up on some game. If you don't already know, if your Taco Bell has guacamole and sour cream, get some on the side, and then slather that shit all over your Mexican pizza the next time you get one.
You know what I found at Taco Bell that I don't ever hear people talk about, but the mild sauce is better than the hot to me.
It is. The mild sauce is flame.
It is,
which is rare. Like the mild sauce got seasoning in it, and then the hot sauce is just hot.
Yeah, that's why I eat that shit. I was like, you know, and the thing is, I don't mind spicy, but I actually want to feel my tongue, and I actually want to taste the food. I don't like hot just for the sake of it being hot. That's ridiculous to me.
The white people challenges and shit. I don't
like. Fuck that.
That kind of hot. It was like atomic wings.
Right.
Like, what would be the point?
And because everybody has their different levels of hot, when they be like spicy, I be like, nah, bitch, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless I already know what the spiciness level is, I'm not trying to eat, to sweat, to pass out, to, you know, to have to be going to the bathroom and be pooping flames. I'm good, dog.
I need it spicy, but I just need them to.
This shit already.
You got it.
It's already a diuretic. You don't need extra. You know, it's already a diuretic.
Come on, it's coming out soon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people do fiber. I just do Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? That's my system. Just don't make no plans for the next day. Just go ahead and do your thing.
So you good. Oh, one thing I wanted to say is shout out to NicJu. You actually got me to actually like guac. And because we had went to your house. Yeah, because I had it before, and everywhere I had it, it was fucking terrible. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if it wasn't ripe enough. It was just bad. I was like, I guess I don't like it. I had it. I was like, ugh. And the way that you made it, I was like, oh, this shit is good. I was like, this is actually real. Because I think it was one of the first times it's been like that fresh, if that makes sense. Well, I was like, oh, this is what it is when somebody makes it like fresh and like serves it right in front of you. Where I was like, okay, I can fucks with this.
Same for me. Yep. I think
it'd be too mushy. I think it'd be too mushy.
At restaurants, yeah.
And also, yep.
So yeah, I had it that day too, and ever since then, it's been one of my like go-to like things to make around the house. Where it's like, oh yeah, I got lime. Give me some avocados. The only thing is like, unless you really like, you got to know a good grocery store. Sometimes they'll have them like the ones that's for guac, where it's been sitting out, and then sometimes you just need to be like patient. You just got to be, because I was pressed one time and tried to use the guacs that wasn't ready yet. I mean, the avocados that wasn't ready yet. not a smart decision. Waste of money for everything.
That should be so tough.
Yeah, but nah, you definitely put us on. So thank you.
I appreciate that. You know, as a California girl, I can't roll a joint, but I can make some guacamole.
Come on, you came through with it. But yeah, so you know, obviously, you've been gallivanting around the country. You're glowing. You know what I mean? I see you out here thirst trapping on
putting
the
them cakes out.
You know, talking about the man panions on the podcast, like. What's it like on the other side? What's it like to be, you know, flourishing?
It's interesting because I'm in a little bit of a valley right now, so I needed this to remind me that I am out here flourishing, doing my motherfucking thing, my thizzle. And I think what it is like, I've been through so much these past few years, and I keep going through stuff, but I think my get back is different now because I know I've already been through the hardest shit I've ever been through. So this little whatever that's going on right now, I'm definitely gonna make it through, which is very helpful. And it doesn't hurt that I like me and my reflection and what I see, and I feel like, you know, all my hard work has been paying off, and it's really a nice little mental space.
Yes, it is. I was listening to what's the T, and you was talking about you've been exercising and stuff, and you have talked about how sometimes you don't actually see the results. And the thing I realized about working out is that when you work out is the inches, and I think people look for the pounds. They don't really look for the inches, but inches turn into pounds. And the way you were talking, you was like, no, I might not be seeing anything, but bitch, I can go up a flight of steps now, or I can walk longer now. Like, you know, those little things, which are those quote unquote intangibles that people take for granted, that they just assume, you know, you look up all of a sudden, you're like, shit, I don't walk 10 miles this week. When before I used to do them 5-minute miles, you know, but it's the small things that count. And so it's one of those things when, you know, somebody on the outside looking in, I constantly, you know, cheer for you. And also it's one of those things where I am really, really glad that you become more comfortable in your own skin, because that's very, very hard for a lot of women to be comfortable in their own skin. And I am to the point now, and I think that comes with getting older, because I'm to the point now when I'm my own Beyonce in my own mind. Guess what, baby? You're going to get every lump, every bump, every imperfection. You're going to get this nipple hair, this chin hair. You're going to get the hair on my back. Bitch, you're going to get it because it's me. And you either take it like it is, or we don't got to be together, you know? And I think a lot of people, particularly women, put a lot of pressure on themselves to live up to unrealistic expectations, unrealistic standards. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to change your body and lose weight or gain weight or whatever it may be. But be comfortable in where you are right now, because even if you make these changes, if you're not comfortable at your lowest, you're not going to be comfortable when these changes come, because you're still going to be looking at something else to fill that hole in your heart from you not being comfortable within your own skin. And this is coming from somebody that have experienced this, because I've been, you know, in a place in my life where I thought I wasn't beautiful. I thought I wasn't worthy to be loved, you know, and stuff like that. And I remember, and I've said this before, but I will continue to tell this story. Roger really helped me love myself, because Roger used to tell me all the time when we was dating. He used to tell me, Karen, you're beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And I used to look at him and be like, nigga, no, go on with that. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I really I will fight him tooth and nail when he used to consistently tell me that, until one day I was like, you know what? I believe it too. So, you know, and
then she started ordering market price when we would go out.
Yes, like, bitch.
I set myself up.
Yes, you know, it's one of them things. I went from nobody to the 5-star chick. I started getting standards and shit. I'll be like, you know what? No, sir. When I walk out in when I open up the door, I want a fucking hallway. If I see it outside, it's a no. We going to the hotel, not the motel. I don't want to see no transactions outside my doors.
You want the place where where you walk in is not outside. You got to walk in your door inside a hallway.
Come on, I'm bougie, bitch. I want a receptionist, and I want them in the building. I don't want to have to walk out down to them. I want to hit the elevator and not see it outdoors.
But not. I think also is interesting, because when people share their like weight loss or health or workout stuff, there's a lot of like insecurities in the people watching it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of assumptions that people make based off of it. Oh, you're losing weight, then this is a good thing. You look good now, because you couldn't have possibly thought you was fly before, you know. Right. And then the people that treat you differently. There's the people that, you know, they're like I don't like to see people losing weight. I don't like to see people working out. That says you like I don't even remember when the term was. I just remember one day I was on Twitter and someone posted something about like going to the gym, and the person was like, going to the gym is fat phobic. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like we have swung the pendulum can we get to a middle where like whatever you want to do we cool with, because it's not our body, but instead we swung it to like, look at this motherfucker hating fat people by losing weight. I'm like, I don't know what that person and that doctor done discussed.
Right. And the thing is, your size and health are two different things. And I think a lot of people, because they quote unquote they see weight, and so since they see weight, they just make assumptions. But there are heavier people that are actually in better health than some of the skinniest people that you know. Skinny people have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all the problems, heart attacks, and all that shit. Your size is irrelevant, but it's just, to some things.
It's just interesting because I think when you share that stuff, it invites people, feel like you're inviting them to their opinion. But I don't think that that doesn't have to be that way.
And for me, go ahead, Karen.
And I realized that's the social part of social media that turns me off. Like I had to realize anything you put out on social media, somebody is going to have something to say, which is fine. But I didn't ask for your opinion, you know, and it's one of those things where I had to understand that, I put it out here. So since I put it out here, you feel like you have the right to say something. And once you understand that, you don't get as angry and you don't get as irritated as much, because you go, oh, okay, you're just doing this because you just happen to see it go down your timeline and you had to say something about this thing right here, even though the hundreds of thousands of other shit I post, you just ignore the fuck out of it. But this is the one thing that triggered you to make you decide this is where we don't ever I go back and look and I don't ever talk to you, but this is the one time you decide to have an opinion.
And I think for me, I in therapy have uncovered and am working through some body dysmorphia, which was one of the lovely things that was handed down to me and my family, because I don't look like the women that I grew up around. I look like my father's sisters, and those women are all tall and they have broad shoulders and deep voices and big breasts. And my mom's family, they're all petite and small. And so I've been on a diet since I was 10 years old because somebody else's insecurities were put on to me. So now I look at myself and I literally see a fat person, and then I'll take a picture of myself and be like, hold up, this is not the, and also I see other fat people and I go, she is fine, he is beautiful, I would smash them cakes to smithereens. But on me, my internalized issues and fat phobia have me thinking there's something wrong with me for gaining some weight. So when I got sick, I lost 30 pounds because I didn't have an appetite. I couldn't stand to eat anything. So as soon as I was cleared to start working out again, I put all that weight back on immediately. But I don't have a scale. The boys bullied me out of my scale when I moved to DC. So all I have was a scale at the doctor's office, and I take my measurements like you have said, Karen. But then I started to notice, I'm like, wait, I put all this weight on, but these titties is tittying and this ass is sitting. And I just I look different. And yeah, I still have a double chin. I have back fat. I have stomach rolls and back rolls and cellulite, but it doesn't matter because my resting heart rate is in the mid 60s. It used to be in the high 90s. My blood pressure is in the 120s. It used to be in the 140s, 150s. So now, like when I go to my cardiologist tomorrow, we do our EKG, fingers crossed, she's going to take me off the medicine that I've been on. And for me, I have this mindset of like, because of my insecurity, when I see a person who works out as often as I do, I expect them to look a certain way. But for me, the working out is not about how I look, it's about how I feel. And if I happen to have some physical changes as a byproduct, then great. Tonight I worked out because somebody mentioned a hamburger on Twitter. One of my neighbors is cooking some ground beef, and I was like, bitch, I want a hamburger. So I got up off my ass and worked out so I could have a hamburger and some champagne tonight.
Yeah, and I think also there's mental aspects of it, just like with your blood flowing through your brain. It helps you be more creative, helps you feel more confident, it helps your mood. Like it's a lot of positives to it that aren't even just you know, physical appearance stuff. But I think that's just what society is stuck on. And, you know, all these shows about weight and stuff are all very much about people's physical appearance and stuff like that. So
yes,
we just fall into all that.
and also I think too, a lot of people and a lot of parents, as somebody who has been a child, do not realize the words they say in front of their daughters or their sons too, but particularly in front of their daughters actually matter, or children, who however your child identifies, those things matter. Because if you're in front of your child and you consistently pick at your own weight and you consistently talk about how you're not comfortable in your own skin, and you consistently pick at your skin, and you consistently talk about your hair and your skin tone and all these things, even though you're not talking to your child, if your child is in the room and around, they will pick those things up and they will look at those things as negative things. And you know, like for my family, and I love my mama very, very much, but I'm kind of similar to you, NicJu. My weight has been all over the place since I was a kid. I love food. Not telling anybody, I love food. I was Mikey. For those people that have lived around long enough, they was like Mikey eat everything. He was the little white boy on cereal. If you put it in front of me, bitch, I ate it. So yes, I ate cow mouse. Yes, I ate pig. I ate it because it was placed motherfucking in front of me. So I ate it. And so you have to think about my mama. She was raised out in the country in Liesville, North Carolina, where they actually lived off the land. That's why these motherfuckers say, I live off the land. I'm like, bitch, you wouldn't survive. You don't know what living off the land is. My family lived off the goddamn land. Have you ever rung a chicken by its neck? No, well then, bitch, you're not going to live off the land. And so, you know, my mama and them went there where they, you know, run chicken by the neck, pick cotton and shit like that. So she grew up eating and cooking like this. So growing up as a child, she was 200 pushing 300, and I was 100 pushing 200. And that doctor set her down. I was like, look, both of y'all gonna die. They was like, you got to change the way you eat, ma'am. And so after that, we both began to, you know, to lose weight. But I have always struggled with food. And it's one of those things where my mama, she doesn't do it as much because I think she picked up on my attitude. Every time I see you, your first comment to me don't need to be how much weight I gained or lost. Bitch, I knew it before I walked in the building. I haven't seen you in 6 months. I know. Trust. You ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to point it out. I came here to play spades, have a good time, talk about Junebug and them, you know, play Tonk 21 or whatever the fuck we gonna play, and then take my black ass home, you know. And so I think that those things affect people more than they do it. And I just think Black people just do that out of habit. But it's one of those things where it can cause a lot of these insecurities within somebody when, you know, every time you go around family. And then not your fun, a lot of times niggas wonder why niggas don't come. We ain't sending them in because every time I see you, we got to talk about this, you know, and shit like that is one of them things where I had to get my family straight about my husband. I love my family. But don't talk about my husband. Bitch, I married him. I know what he look like. You don't got to remind me. But you don't have to worry. The only person need to worry about his health is me, bitch. Because if he dies, I'm going to be impacted by it, not you.
Yeah, I think it goes there for a lot of people because there's a lot of trauma around weight and a lot of, you know, insecurity around it. A lot of people internalize their own like phobias about it, and then they put it on other people, you know, and you see it like they hate like happy fat people. Like,
yes,
like if you don't like show up to the meal and be like, I'll just have a salad and drink some water, like it's like they're looking at you like, you motherfucker. You see like how it happens to like Lizzo and stuff like that, like people that are like fat but not hiding, that are just like, oh yeah, I'm out here living life, and
she's more athletic than most of you niggas could outrun and outpace you all.
It's like, how dare you be confident, how dare you feel like you're valuable and all this stuff. But yeah, it's just something you have to deal with. And then a lot of times I think too, because people internalize and they think they're just talking about themselves, they don't see how harsh their voice is towards themselves, where it's like, because to me, I'm like, if you're thinking that about yourself and you wouldn't do that to someone else, then you have to work on your inner voice to yourself, because you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be harsh. That's not the only way to live life. And it has a cost on you. It has a toll. But listen, NicJu, y'all have a podcast called What's the Tea? It's with one of our other faves, R to the Edgy.
Yeah, we seen him.
Y'all do it like once every like 6-7 months.
Right.
But
almost every week.
Yeah, listen, it's an almost weekly show. Y'all gotta chill. And when you throw the Patreon, it's weekly, okay?
Listen, my babies, we got 3 episodes going up on the Patreon right now, but currently I don't have a computer. Reggie is the producer, but he is also an actor, a director, a writer, somebody's son. So when we get my laptop situation back together, we might be able to up the frequency. But as a part of our relationship evolving, I handed over the producer reins to him for a time, because I want to show up, turn on the microphone, and be funny for a little bit.
Yes, he got 12 jobs, man. Like that man,
12. You got 13 jobs.
13 jobs.
That he is a hard-working person, and we got to see him. So it was one of those things. We were beautiful to see him, because he reminded me, and I forgot. I thought Roger had seen him, but I haven't seen him since the first time we met y'all, which was like over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, nigga, it's been that long.
Yeah, we was at the first ever live taping of What's the Tea.
Me and Roderick.
Yeah.
And we were like,
it didn't exist yet, but it did. You know?
Yeah, because we looked at each other like,
he's something.
Yes.
Speaking of not knowing how beautiful you are, that man right there, my Jesus. Yes. I'm like, I can't believe I know you. Like,
I'm just saying that. Listen, this is the thing about my thirsty ass Instagram. It doesn't have a gender preference on my Instagram. Like, it just shows me whoever is trapping the hardest.
Ass out.
Yeah. And listen,
whoever trapping the hardest.
Reggie be near the top of the algorithm all the time. I'll just be scrolling and be like, oh, it's good. I see she posted. So, there go Reggie playing tennis again. 3,000 likes or whatever. Like, let me go ahead and give him his like, though. I gotta support. You know what I'm saying?
Dick thighs save lives. He was doing it before it's the thing. They talking about them hoochie daddy shorts. He been on that.
Yeah, we definitely appropriating right now.
Low key, all gay men invented hoochie daddy shorts, and straight men have now co-opted the movement.
Exactly.
Speaking of sweat, I just got done working out, so I'm like in here sweating. I can't even keep my glasses from fogging.
Oh, listen, you gonna get that burger, okay? These calories still count. Laughing.
I took that burger down.
Laughing burns calories too. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna work them abs out. We're gonna get you right, girl. But so how do y'all decide which shows y'all are gonna do wig caps for, and what's gonna be like Patreon stuff?
So basically, we do a lot of gay shit on the Patreon. And I know that a lot of our cishet male listeners, they love it, because we've had people write in to tell us that now they know what their wife is talking about on Drag Race and stuff like that. But we do try to keep the gay shit behind the paywall, because it's like people are specifically tuning in to hear us recap Drag Race. For me, the main criteria is it a show that I like? Because I'm going to watch an episode at least 3 times before we do a recap. And some stuff, I don't want it to be work. I just want to watch the show and enjoy the show. So I want to do Legendary, but I feel like that's a little bit outside of my lane right now. So I'm just waiting for Reggie's schedule to calm down for a hot second, and then we can talk about, like, we'll probably review Fire Island and maybe a couple of these other shows that just came out.
Yeah, y'all did Insecure too. Like y'all be about it behind the paywall. And then on the regular show, the thing that is always interesting about What's the Tea is I feel like y'all zag when I think y'all gonna zig, right? So like sometimes something takes over social media and I'll be like, I wonder what they're gonna say about that. And y'all be like what, how do y'all decide when you like, nah, we good, y'all got it?
I think for me, because I'm more heavily active on Twitter, especially than Reggie, I don't want to talk about something that everybody else has talked about unless there's something about our perspective that's going to be unique. Because y'all have a very thoughtful show. Most of our audience also listens to your show. If y'all have talked about it, we probably don't really need to talk about it. But if it's something that like Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, I wanted to talk about because it's one of them, like, is it Uchi Wally or One Mike situations? Because y'all niggas said the relationship was fake, but now everybody is a facial expression analyst, and they want to tell us that his facial expressions that they saw for 15 seconds on the screen of the game means that this man is hurt. And then we got all the future sons out here talking about this lady is for the streets, and like men who would never get to sniff her 3-day-old dirty draws having opinions on who this young lady is sleeping with. And so stuff like that, I feel like I have to talk about it because I'm just like the stuff that I see on my timeline from people who I like respect sometimes. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, what is going on? Why are grown people rooting for anybody in this Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation? But some bitches, we just pay them dust because we just don't like them.
Yeah, the projection is so strong.
It is.
And look, I don't mind some projection. I just like a little trigger warning. You know what I'm saying? Hit me with the like, hey. So because I try to do that with our show where I'm like, look, I actually don't know, but let me tell you what I think is happening because I don't like this nigga or whatever. Like, just be honest with it, and then it start making more sense. But like, people really been arguing for like several days now.
Yeah.
About Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan breaking up. And honest to God, I don't think I've ever heard them talk as far like legitimately sit down and just talk about anything other than I have a movie coming out or something like that. I don't even know if I've read an interview with Lori Harvey where she's talked like she's as much as people were like, she's 25. Of course she don't want to settle down. I'm also like, she's 25. We don't know shit. Like no one knows shit at 25. No, period. Like we don't know. And she's even more or less like cagey as far as like expressing her opinion and telling us stuff. Even this whole like she's dating this person, we literally don't know what happened between them people. It'd be two people together in a picture. It's like she done fuck 8 or 7 people. I'm like, I don't know. One of them people is Steve Harvey in the picture. I don't know what the fuck is happening. How about we stop assuming and just chill out? So it is interesting too, and especially
and
like,
even if she did.
Right.
And even if she did, so fucking what? So what?
Right.
Let her have sex with whoever she want to have sex with. What does that have to do with you? And like the main dudes who be trying to call women ran through be the biggest hoes. If it's good for the gander, it's good for the goose, my nigga.
Especially when like someone's selling a product, right? So clearly Lori Harvey's product is being a socialite. Like that's the game.
She's doing the same thing like, Kim K and all them doing. The fuck is the difference?
Like, ain't nobody trying to have her go on a sabbatical, disappear for 6 months and come back. Like, oh, y'all still checking for me? No, like the only way to be checked for at that point is to be seen with people. Cause it's not like there's some other reason to check in, right? There's not like, oh, Lori Harvey, the singer, Lori Harvey, the politician. It's Lori Harvey, the socialite. She's socializing, nigga. Just everybody calm down. And then for Michael B. Jordan, what I thought was interesting was I remember when motherfuckers hated this dude. It was like, don't nobody want him anyway. Or he's looking at him with these white women and shit. Like, hey man, we don't even know shit about him. Nope. And he is older, even though he must have wanted to have some kids. We don't know, y'all. Right. Let him say it. I seen him for 15 seconds on at the Lakers game. Clearly, this nigga is suicidal. I'm like, we don't know shit. It's get your memes off it, you know, be funny or whatever. I'm not trying to knock that, but like the serious days long fighting.
Yeah, the seriousness of it, right?
The amount of people that I've seen write multiple paragraphs of a narrative about these people, I'm like,
yeah, be they fan fiction.
How?
Yes.
How? Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of people fail to realize this. A lot of people vicariously live through celebrities and put like this. And a lot of those people would joke the nerds, but this is y'all nerdy shit. You know how the nerds talk about Star Wars and all that shit and all the Marvel shit. And I got to hear y'all. Okay, now I don't give a fuck about it. But y'all gonna hear my fan fiction. This is what I think this happened. And then somebody else add to it. Then you got the threads. Y'all do the same fucking thing the nerds do. This is y'all shit, y'all jams, and y'all nerd about these celebrities.
Yeah. Good luck to them or whatever.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with the Star Wars fandom?
Nigga, it's been like, fucked up. Yeah,
it's been like
it's been fucked up. Listen, I don't talk to Star Wars fans in general. And I'm definitely a fan. I watch all the movies, all the TV shows, the cartoons, all the shit. I know it backwards and forwards. The only thing I didn't do was read the novels. So I know it backwards and forwards, and you don't never see me talking to people about Star Wars because I hate Star Wars fans.
They the worst.
They the most toxic fan base. And like we can all like dunk on it now because it's like, look at them being racist, but like they're toxic even when it's not racist. They don't like Star Wars. Like imagine saying I'm a fan. It's like if I said I'm a big Alicia Keys fan. I like songs in A minor, and then I hated everything since. And then it's like, but why do you keep going to the concerts? I'm a big fan. I mean, I hate everything she performed last night. It was terrible, and I really think she should stop.
Right, why are you here?
But I'm a huge fan of the 20-year-old album. Like, that's how people are with Star Wars, where they be like, I like them first 3 movies. It's like, well, those are from 1978. It's been 40 years. So you haven't liked shit in 40 years. If you like one thing in 40 years, that's still a pretty bad ratio. I would say you're not a fan. You know what I mean? The only people that get to like something that sucks for 40 years are like Cleveland Browns fans and Cavaliers fans, like shit like where you like maybe as a sports fandom, you know, where it's like, yeah, the Jets ain't never been shit, but you know what I mean? But not, you don't do that with entertainment. But yeah, they try.
And I read this article. It was like a tweet thread, and I think it was a tweet thread about somebody saying how most people misinterpreted the original trilogy because at the time Westerns were super popular, so they were doing like a 1-to-1 comparison with Westerns when really the entire time it was a comment on like communism and the Cold War and shit like that. And like, I just don't understand, how do you watch a series about rebels and the establishment with a dark side and not get politics out of it? And so now you're like, don't bring politics into my Star Wars. Like, nigga, what do you think the evil empire is?
Yeah. Like, which side do you think the black people would be on? You know, like who have you been rooting for this whole time? It's interesting too, because they do the same thing with like Marvel stuff. Like, and the thing for me is, and it's definitely a reaction to them, but I become more of a rabid fan the longer the franchises go, because that's when the diversity kicks in. And so now I'm extra lenient. Like, where like I might have been more critical when it was like 2 black people in the whole goddamn galaxy of Star Wars, apparently. But now that it's like 20, I'm like, nah, nigga, Star Wars is shit.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's problems with the diversity when y'all start getting the Asians and the browns and the blacks and the others and the queer.
She's not doing the accent right. You mean like Bill Burr? Like,
who talks like himself?
Bill Burr was the first Bostonian in the goddamn galaxy 2 years ago, and y'all love that shit. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
It supports my Kevin Smith agenda, because 20 some odd years ago, he spelled that shit out in Chasing Amy when he was like, Ben Affleck character was like, oh, come on. Wendell Calrissian was a black guy. He got to fly the Millennium Falcon.
Listen, okay? Do not bring up my favorite Kevin Smith movie. That's my favorite one. Look, I evangelized for that fucking movie. And like everybody else, it was Clerks, but for me, it was Chasing Amy. I was tracking my friends down, like, we watching this. Like, have you seen it yet? Because they was like, I was at an HBCU, so of course these niggas also, I'm like, you want to watch Belly for the 75th time? Like, no. Nigga, Chasing Amy, let me put you on to something. And that, yeah, someone said it in the chat, that motherfucking Black Rage scene, that was the one for me. I was like, yo, Kevin Smith different. He different out here.
Very different.
Been a fan ever since.
He called Lando Uncle Tom.
Didn't he? And when he broke down that Darth Vader shit, where he was like inside this little shriveled up white man, I said, yo, that's true though.
So deep down inside, they telling us we all want to be white?
Yes. Yeah, man, what was it? Nigga hating coon or some shit?
White hating coon.
White hating coon. Him and white hating coon. I want the book. Like,
me too.
Can y'all at least like make a fake copy and I can frame it and hang it up on my wall? But yeah, I became a Kevin Smith fan, and then like, I love the ending of Chasing Amy. I don't want to spoil this 20-year-old movie, but
yeah, in case somebody decides to pick it up and watch it.
Skip forward 30 seconds, but how he don't get her at the end, that was beautiful. I was like, he different.
I showed that movie to one of my live-in boyfriends, and he was like, so are you trying to tell me that you're a lesbian? I'm like, way to not get the point. The point is
right.
The point is, like, I've lived a life, a full life before you, and it's not going to be like, it's not going to be what you expect from every other woman you've been with, because I'm a little different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
What did Jay say? The bitch tasted life, yo. Now she's settling for your boring, funny bookmaking ass.
Come on. He did not deserve her. He was insecure as fuck at the end of that movie.
Yeah, he was a sucker for how he did her at that hockey game. That was some sucker shit.
Nigga. I was rooting against his ass, and I just didn't think movies, rom-coms especially, always wimp out at the end. And be like, no, we want to have it. They need to be together. And I was like, man, there's no way these people should. Oh. Think I got a fave. All right. Well, it's good catching up.
Yeah.
But one of the things I like about having NicJu here is that with us knowing each other and listening to each other's shows and stuff, we can actually do segments. You know, we have other guys. You know, it's like they cool, but they company. You know what I'm saying? We like them, and you get to introduce them, but they company. But I feel like we got family in here today, so let's do some of our segments. Let's go ahead and start with the one that we all hate, but let's get it out the way. Let's do some coronavirus news. Coronavirus.
Again? Look, here we go again. We got variants. Really need to keep a mask on hand and follow the plan. Get the vaccine and second shots, whether woman or man. Black out who tips is doing their part, but the dumbest expand. Niggas would rather believe a bunch of misinformation. Fuck y'all idiots not getting shots. Now we gotta regress. If we keep going in this direction, we never can rest. Never can get back to the lives we be living the best. Damn fool, stop the lying, stop the intubation crying, cause it's your fault that motherfuckers dying. Damn fool, stop the lying, stop the ventilator crying, cause it's your fault that motherfuckers dying. I do not understand this shit. I'm not a fan of this. We were like one win from the pandemic championship, but fuckers wanna leave it to game 7 with Giannis Delta Kupo blocking forward progression and Chris middle fingers to your plans, man. Damn. Looks like it's no Drew holiday for you and your mans. I'm sick of black people dying for real, so I'm just writing this new piece to let you know how I feel. Coronavirus, yeah. Fuck that COVID-19, it's unseen, it's creeping in the air for you to breathe, yeah. So fuck that COVID-19, it's unseen, it's creeping in the air for you to breathe, yeah.
Coronavirus. All right, let's talk about this coronavirus news. It's all bad for the most part. Guess what, y'all? Florida been lying.
What? I don't believe it.
I feel like they owe that woman, if y'all remember at the beginning, she was like in charge of like reporting the numbers, and they basically gagged her to be like, don't report this shit. She lying, y'all. Don't believe her. And and I know there was like some shady shit apparently she did too, but like they had the police at her house, like pointing guns at her family and stuff. And I feel like she should feel vindicated now because one, they're spiking. with like they got 24% increase in hospitalizations the last couple of weeks. Like, so they're clearly mismanaging it, but also they were straight up lying about the numbers too. And the audit that's happening in Florida is finding more people have died than they reported. So
no shit.
Yep. More than 82 million COVID-19 vaccine doses have been tossed out.
Why can't I get my 4th shot?
Listen,
that's what I want to know, bitch.
I feel like because we went and tried to sneak and get our 4th, and they was like, "Sir, this is a Arby's or whatever," and they
it was like, "Sir, you too young." I was mad. I was like, "How the fuck am I too young?"
Like, you do not fit the description. You can't get it. I said, "Okay, fine." But then it's
I got mine. I definitely got mine, and I got mine in CVS. And there was a little box that you could check to say if you were immunocompromised. And I checked it. When I went to go get the shot, the lady didn't ask me shit. I happen to be immunocompromised, but I mean,
most of the time they don't. They just glad you came in there to get your shot.
She asked me.
I don't know why she asked. Just give people the shot.
I just found like Mrs. CVS, Dr. CVS that day was like, "I'm getting employee of the month, and I'm not giving out no shots."
Yeah, because I heard most people don't ask.
Just tell them you have a low white blood cell count.
Okay, I just folded. I couldn't lie. I don't know. I just need one that don't ask me nothing because I don't want to lie to get it, but at the same time, I do want it. You know what I'm saying?
But if they're throwing away shots, it's not like you're jumping the line. It's not like you're taking a shot from somebody who desperately needs it. At this point, if it's been more than 6 months since your last booster, neither one of y'all had the virus, so you don't have them antibodies. Get the shot. Tell them that you have diabetes or some shit.
I'll try it again.
I'm just mad y'all fucking throwing the shots out and my black ass showing up. Bitch, they ain't coming. I don't know. I'm sorry to tell you. If they ain't about their asses in there to get the motherfucker now, they not getting a bitch. I showed up. Where's my shot?
Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns were managing the COVID-19 outbreak as their season fell apart. They lost that game 7 to Dallas in the most embarrassing fashion. And now
because God hates Chris Paul.
Listen, he don't deserve.
Apparently,
and unlike the rest of these people that get food every year, and because he been around forever, they start thinking he deserve an Oscar. No, he is not. He is not the one. But apparently, it kind of makes sense how bad they got beat in game 7 because apparently them niggas had COVID.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I had asked this at the very beginning of the playoffs. Game was
all the way off.
I had asked this at the very beginning of the playoffs on Balls Deep Sports. I was like, so what they gonna do if an outbreak comes? They really just gonna be like, so-and-so was out game 7 COVID. Cause like that shit is cute in its game in like the first round when it's like a 1 seed versus an 8. And it's like, oh yeah, Devin Booker he gonna miss the coach ain't gonna be here. Nigga, when it's the finals or what? You just gonna have to be on the court like yeah, that's ball in. Like that's what's gonna happen. And that sounds like without specifying the names, because they said they didn't want to name players unless the team put it out there. But it sounds like they had people playing that had COVID and they just played through it. Which
what's his name? Fucking Jeff Van Gundy had COVID and gave it to the entire announcing team, and his ass clearly everybody sitting at home watching that game was like, he's sick.
Yes.
And even if it wasn't COVID, why are you at work sick? Why?
That's all I'm saying. This, of any time to use your PTO to get them sick days, this was the time, because
this is why I like work from home.
Every office right now has a very like, if you feel away, don't come in. Like it's not even specific. It's just like you can be like, I got a headache. Hey, you know what, bro? Call work remote today. Let us know what the tests say. And I had a office mate in my office that came to work coughing and shit for 2 days straight, and on the third day took a home test, tested positive, and was calling me on the phone like, man, I'm so sorry and shit. I was like, I was talking to you for 2 days straight saying go home because you coughing and you sound like you got COVID, and you was telling me it was some shit that I had never heard of in my life, nasal drip or so. I was like, fam, I know coughing, that's COVID. That's what they told us not to do at work. Thank God for the N95 though.
Oh yeah.
This is what I'm excited about. Moderna says they got an updated COVID shot that boosts the Omicron protection.
Let's go.
So like I might have lucked up when she's like she might have. God blocked it when she said you can't have no vaccine. I was like, damn, I was down bad, but I might have popped up just in time to get the new
remix
firmware updated software on this bitch. I might got the iOS 16 coming, and I want that.
Well, then I'll wait for the remix.
Yeah, well, it's still a preliminary study. They think they'll have it by the fall, but yeah, they said they believe strongly that this data supports an update of the vaccine. They said it has higher boost in Omicron fighting antibodies than if you just got a 4th dose of the original vaccine.
Oh, let's go. I can't wait. You're going to be covering articles pretty soon because this is going to be annual, just like the flu shot. Give it another 6 months to a year. It's going to be Omicron, /flu shot. Like they're going to combine them shits because a lot of people, they're not going to want to take 2 shots like I did. When I got my last coronavirus shot, I took my flu shot both at the same time. They said most people don't do that. And so just go ahead. You the science combine them shits and make it one shot.
Yeah. Japanese man got arrested in Indonesia over COVID relief fraud. So apparently authorities on Indonesia's Sumatra Island arrested a Japanese fugitive accused of helping to steal $7.3 million intended for small businesses in Japan hurt by coronavirus. Mitsuhiro Taniguchi, 47, was arrested late Tuesday at a house owned by a fish trader in central Lampung district by immigration officers backed by local police. He told the house owner that he wants to invest in the fisheries in the area and added that Taniguchi had stayed at the house for about 2 weeks before authorities located him.
Oh shit.
Apparently he left Japan for Indonesia in October 2020. So he been he been having big.
They track him down.
He been having big fun.
2 years.
He got a PPP loan.
Yeah. He took everybody PPP loan.
He took all the loans.
He was down with OPPP. Okay.
Title of the show.
I'll write it down. But yeah, he was messing with other people's money. Taniguchi and a group of acquaintances allegedly submitted 1,700 false applications for COVID-19 relief funds.
God damn, nobody's checking.
Shout out to how hard they must have worked on the grift, though. Do you know the effort it takes to fill out something 1,700 times?
Woo!
The Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department believes they received subsidies for more than 960 of those applications, totaling an estimated 960 million yen, which is 7.3 million.
Wow.
Yeah. I just like that means some of them got rejected. I just imagine after like 1,000, you just start putting anything on it. Daffy Duck, quack, quack, give me $1 million, please.
Wow, that was dedicated.
Yep. So then he got arrested wearing a face mask, short pants, and immigration detainees' orange vest, and was brought by the police to a news conference. Yeah, that is one thing. I was watching this documentary. It was about Korea though. But the thing where they arrest you and bring you to a press conference before you even been convicted and make you talk to the press, I like that. I wish we could do that here. Like it's definitely got to be like some kind of wrong and prejudicial or whatever. I get it, but man, when they just be have you up there like, go and explain yourself. No, you bad. Go ahead. Like
you got it.
No, you got it right. Tell everybody what you did. Like I don't know. I like that energy, but yeah. His police also arrested his ex-wife and their 2 sons on May 30th on suspicion of fraud.
Oh, the whole crew?
The family that prays together. Okay. Taniguchi, they placed him on an international wanted list. And they said the three are suspected of defrauding the government of 3 million yen, which is $22,500. So they got they got barely nothing compared to him.
Woo.
Family of thieves, but they caught him. Let's see. Speaking of thieves, Vietnam's health minister arrested over COVID test gouging. Right, not the health minister.
Your whole thing is health. It's in the name.
Vietnam's health minister and mayor of the capital of Hanoi
And mayor
have been arrested as part of an expanding investigation into massive price gouging of COVID-19 tests. Nguyen Thanh Long was dismissed from his ministry post, and Chu Nyak An, so it's two different people, who previously was the science minister, was fired as Hanoi mayor. Man, you can get fired as mayor. That's nice. In America, we just have to wait for the next election and shit.
They'll vote your ass out unless you decide to be decent enough to step down.
Yeah, I stole the money, but I mean, shit. See y'all in November. That don't mean y'all can't let me back in.
Vote me out, bitch.
So then, yeah, they are being investigated for abuse of power, according to the Ministry of Security, and they have been expelled from the ruling Communist Party. Yeah, there's some real capitalist shit y'all was doing at the Communist Party.
From the party.
Gouging prices for tests. An investigation earlier concluded the mismanagement in the science and health ministries had allowed Viet Aid Technology Corporation to inflate prices for test kits supplied to hospitals and health centers in Vietnam. Nearly 60 suspects, including ministry officials, public health leaders, and military generals, have been detained or are being investigated for involvement in price gouging.
Yeah, that makes, because you can't do nothing like that unless you have a machine behind you.
Yeah, that's wild. They said the company took in $172 million for supplying test kits to 62 localities. Its general director was arrested in December and allegedly admitted his Ho Chi Minh City based company had inflated the selling price of a test kit to about $20, which is 45% more than the original, to earn a difference of $21.5 million. Just got greedy.
Oof.
Yep. Whew, greed kills. FDA advisors now are backing Novavax, which is another form of like COVID vaccine shot, and it'll become the fourth available shot of all the shots for everybody. So, you know, Pfizer, J&J, Moderna, and now Novavax.
I'm excited about this because the more the merrier. I think, and it's just me, get to working on, which they do have some pills, but a lot of the pills are like a precaution to kind of after you catch it, here's some pills. But I'm ready for the rubs. I'm ready for the nose shit, you know, the shit you spray up your nose. I'm ready for the eye drops. You know, I'm ready for all that, because once all that get out there, then I can consistently get my shots, because I can't get my shot right now because a lot of people, not trying to be funny, some of these niggas they just don't like shots. They like, I'd rather die than get shot with a needle. I think that's actually some people's fear.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, they don't worry about it. So I'm waiting to make it where this shit is so common. Like, it's no excuse. Here's some ointment, rub it in your skin. You get the same thing a shot get. And if you still say no, there's no excuses. Because I think right now people are still giving people excuses. People are still giving people benefit of the doubt. My empathy for that is gone. It's been too long. Nobody's uneducated. Nobody don't know. You just are refusing to take the shot. That's why I got mad when you read the article. I was like, bitch, you throwing out shit. I want the fourth shot, and y'all telling me I'm too young.
Let's get into another segment. It's kind of loud with the music, but let's talk about some LGBTQ news.
Let me see what you want to be. You better move your body. You better move your feet. And I want to groove. Show me what's cool. Riding, caring, baby. LGBTQ news.
Try to take us down, but we still around.
We live.
Trying to still shine, but we on the rise.
We live.
But you can't do what we got to do.
We live.
Black eyes, tips.
LGBTQ news.
Let's talk about it. Burger King is celebrating Pride Month, okay, in the way that it's supposed to be celebrated with
I'm
capitalism.
so glad we're talking about this.
Okay.
What did the king come out with a flag? Like,
no, they didn't just take the easy way out and do a flag, Karen. They are making sandwiches where you have two of the same pieces as the bun.
Two tops
wow.
and two bottoms.
Okay. Now I know it's like a little bit of mixed messaging, you know, the two tops, two bottles, but
a lot of it.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's I see what they was trying to.
Are they trying to do a Frisco sandwich with the other one?
What the burgers gonna do? Go to down to the bar and talk? What two tops gonna do? What two bottoms gonna do together?
Well, see, the way
is the bottoms the lesbian burger? Is the tops the gay burger?
I don't know.
What is it? Austria?
The way I see it is that it's just encouraging me to get two burgers. You know what I'm saying?
Now I got to see what both of them taste like.
Now I got to get the 2 for $5, and then they'll mix in my stomach, and then they can do their thing. But you know what I'm saying? Because right now they're just friends. They're just hanging out. But
right
in my stomach, they gonna be mix matching. Okay. Yeah, time to be proud. Pride Whopper. The E is rainbow. And then there's some German because maybe they're not doing this in America.
It's only in Austria. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say they definitely wouldn't do this in America.
The American version is a rainbow wrapper that says we're all the same inside.
Oh, that's adorable.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't mad at this. People were trying to be really mad at this. I'm like, first of all, it's in a country you're never going to visit. People were calling it pandering and whatever. And it's the same way I feel about Juneteenth. Like, baby, this is America, or this is capitalism. Like, you could ignore me for 11 other months of the year, but during February, baby, I want to see the kente cloth.
Come on now.
Yes.
Give it to me. It's just like Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of it. Give it to me. Give it to me. This is and I think the thing that people miss is they're like, clearly there was no one gay in that room. There probably was.
There definitely was. Like that is always the sketch in my head that I always go to is just the person that is in that group pitching the idea at the white company that has done a diversity and inclusion initiative. And in this case, diversity and inclusion means listening to people's ideas that you hired them for. And there's no one that can say it's a bad idea because y'all ain't got that many black people. So it's like, they're like, we need to do Juneteenth ice cream. You can't be like, Lester, God damn it. We're not going to do that at Walmart. Because now Lester's writing the thread and Lester's on Instagram and Google talking about, yeah, I quit my job today. And let me tell y'all why, because these racist crackers wouldn't even listen to my idea. They brought me in for diversity and inclusion. I just love that idea because it's just like race and shit is just so fucked up.
Because they're gonna do it. They're definitely going to do it. So if you are the minority voice in the room, you at least have to be like, okay, well, if you're gonna do it, let's do this. Or you brought the idea to the table because that's how you keep your job. And then people on Twitter in a country, a galaxy far, far away, are trying to cancel Burger King for an idea that is cute, maybe misses the mark a little, but it's cute. I think it's silly when you actually know what tops and bottoms are, but like they trying, nigga, they trying shit.
Because to a lot of people, it's gonna be two of the same kind, and it's
to
still
the average person.
It's still a delicious meal. Like it's not so totally ridiculous. It's just Twitter's always gonna find a way to make it the worst possible motive ever, you know. But the main thing for me is that the flavor isn't different. So, you know, like I like it when they give you some different flavors to celebrate the capitalism.
You know what would have been cute if they did like SpongeBob SquarePants? They'd have made the buns the colors. Like kept it a regular standard sandwich and just, you know, rotate the colors of the tops and the bottom.
Skittles really lucked out because they don't got to change shit for Pride. Like we just assumed they bout it. They could, like, because we've given rainbows to gay people because we're so homophobic.
No. Rainbows were stolen by gay people. God created rainbows, and the gay people, the demons, stole the rainbow.
I like rainbows.
NicJu threw me for a loop. I was like, what is happening? Oh no, where's she going with this?
No, I think people are so stupid. But that's one of the things that the racist and homophobic pastors have grabbed onto this year is that the gays stole the rainbows from God.
Oh. Meanwhile, you put a rainbow in a textbook, they can't wait to fire your ass. Get the fuck out of here. Dwayne Wade opens up about fears he has for his trans daughter's safety. Says, I'm still afraid every moment she leaves the house. As blessed as it is for my daughter to have parents who can support her, I'm still afraid every moment she leaves the house. The former NBA star told CNN on Tuesday, and not just because of gun violence, but because of the way people perceive her in this world. He addressed anti-trans politics, encouraging lawmakers to walk a day in the shoes of his 15-year-old daughter, Zaya. To me, it's a joke. This is our life. We live this. When you're out there making rules, if you're not experiencing this, come and live a day with my daughter. Come and see how it is to walk through this world like her. While expressing his displeasure for transphobic laws, he also thanked Zaya for the lessons she has taught him during her gender identity journey. I went years without telling my chef that I don't like cilantro on my burger. As an adult, it took me years to have the confidence to say that. My daughter at 8 years old had the confidence to say, this is who I am. This is who I want to be. It's interesting too, because I always feel like Dwayne Wade, and it's really mostly respect for Dwayne Wade that cishet dudes have, but something about Dwayne Wade makes people be like, oh, okay, all right, well, that's fine then.
Of course.
I don't know what it is specifically about him, because I don't even think it would extend to every athlete.
No,
but he's above reproach in a way that people don't even like. Of course, you got your little boosies and people that are always going to be ignorant. They would have been ignorant. It could have been them. They could have been their child. They would have been ignorant. But something about a lot of people who are typically on the fence, when it comes to Dwayne Wade, they have so much respect for him that I think him speaking up as an advocate actually is a big ass boost to the community. Even as it's highly discussed, and there's going to be people that are going to be like, he didn't do this right, or Gabby didn't say that right. I think for the most part, they are such stellar examples of like support for your child. And then they talk about the gender reveal that they did.
The only acceptable gender reveal, in my opinion.
Now that you're able to say it on your own, that one, yeah. It's also like I'm not hard up on the gender reveal thing. Once I heard someone say, "Did we just do it again or whatever?" And I was like, "All right, I respect that." Like, because I used to be like, "This shit is whack. Y'all burning down forests and shit. Like, just chill."
That bad. You like y'all bombing shit, killing people. What is happening?
Like, this is like a secret extra baby shower. Y'all ain't slick. But then when they were so I don't remember who it was. It was somebody that wasn't even like quote unquote woke like that. Like, it wasn't like an academic. It was just a regular nigga that was like, "Yeah, we just do it again." And I was like, "Oh, you know what, dog? I hadn't thought about it that way." Yeah. Wonder Woman actress Linda Carter, speaking of toxic fandoms, comic books, she discusses the character's LGBTQIA plus icon status in a tweet. So she tweeted out this picture of Wonder Woman with colorful rainbow and all that stuff in the background. You guys can see the picture right here. And
that's a beautiful picture,
isn't it? Happy Pride. So excited to celebrate with all my LGBTQIA plus friends and fans. Rainbow flag emoji, art by Paulina Ganesha for DC Comics. And so apparently this couldn't stand, and people had to be upset by it. And so then she wrote, "I didn't write Wonder Woman, but if you want to argue that she is somehow not a queer or trans icon, then you're not paying attention.
Right.
Every time someone comes up to me and says that Wonder Woman helped them while they were closeted, it reminds me how special the role is." And this is another one of those things. Are you even a Wonder Woman fan if you didn't know that?
A whole island of women, they might as well have called that shit Lesbos.
Come on now. That's what I thought it was. Like, it was.
It kind of
like,
is.
Come on, it was so obvious. Like, and I mean, especially if you read, because there's entire books about just the island and where she comes from and the culture of the island, and it's so woman heavy. It's so and not woman heavy on some like is just about hating men. It's like
Mm-mm.
the relationships, the whether it be sexual, whether it be stuff dealing with just friendships or whatever. Like it's a whole fucking world of like no men over there, and they do be getting it in, and there's and all the stuff that comes with it. And these niggas is somehow like, I don't see what gay people would find in this. What's and that's not even to mention like the origins of the character with kink and all this other stuff that it's about, you know, like it's, I don't know what do y'all be reading?
She got a whole ass.
Hello,
book.
a lasso,
Oh,
gold bracelet, it's bondage all up and through.
The lasso of truth,
right? A lasso that make men not be able to lie. That's like that's the most powerful thing on our planet.
She's a dominatrix.
Come on. These niggas. A GOP lawmaker promises to ban people from taking kids to drag shows.
This shit right here, bro. This shit right here got me in flames because if you know anything about drag, first of all, they got to tuck their dick and balls inside their booty hole, so nobody's getting naked. They're actually men, so they don't have titties unless it's a trans woman. But nobody's fucking stripping at a drag show. The most wholesome place you could take your child on a Sunday is probably a drag show. You're gonna see some drunk people, but you're not gonna see any nudity. There's gonna be some cussing, but you doing that at the house anyway. Like 19 people just got killed in Texas, but you want to pass a law that makes it illegal to bring children to a drag show?
I've never been to one.
They'd be like, listen, somebody shot up a school. We need to clearly ban drag shows with taking kids to them. Okay, I think we solved this problem. No need to ask anymore.
Open and shut case.
Less doors on the school, no drag shows. And I think we can wrap this one up, right, everybody? Drag shows are no place for a child, a Republican lawmaker wrote on Twitter. I would never take my children to a drag show, and I know
you don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to.
And I know Speaker Dave Fallon and my Republican colleagues wouldn't either. And in the statement, Slatton says that the proposed bill is a response to news stories and videos over the weekend in which underage Texas children were subjected to inappropriate sexual content by adults. They be making shit up. That's definitely some One American News they was watching.
Right, because they be on stage like, no, like from my understanding, they're on the stage, right, NicJu?
Well, sometimes they do crowd work. So like if you see a drag show at a bar or like drag brunch, they'll walk through the crowd and like lip sync, and like somebody will pop a split or whatever. Like they'll tell jokes. There's cussing and lewdness or whatever. But from what I understand, this show in particular, there were children there. The queens knew that there would be children there. So I'm sure that their content was family friendly, and they had kids like walking the runway and stuff with the queens. Drag shows are a blast. Like the best thing to me about drag shows is watching like a cis het man who was dragged there, and the queen like will, you know, kind of nag him a little bit, but no consent is on the table at all times. But watching those men eventually let go of their hangups and just have a great time.
It's also interesting because, like, you know, these people don't have no problems with kids having guns. They don't have no problem taking a kid to a Hooters. Like there's so much shit that they don't care. They don't want the kids to learn critical race theory. They don't want the kids to learn about anything gay in school. They don't like everything else. They'll just like fuck them kids, cut all the funding to their parents and mental health and all this shit. And then it's like a drag show where their parents took them. Like it's fine. Like, oh my God. They're really trying to just outlaw.
I think that a kid would be more traumatized at like a NFL fucking football game than at a drag show, because you've got grown people cussing and drinking and throwing stuff and being disrespectful. At least at the drag show, it's love up front.
You still have cheerleaders. Like, you still got all kinds of sexual shit at the game. Like, what y'all talking about? Hate them.
I hate them.
Why everybody so comfortable letting these people just be around in power and shit? But yeah, so they trying to ban. Also, I guarantee you, it's like 6 kids in all of Texas that this has ever happened to. It's not like this is like, you know, a daily event, or because it only takes one for them to, like, one video, one thing, and they want to pass a whole fucking law, you know, every time. And then you get, it's like we need to ban trans women from and trans women and girls from participating in sports. And you like, so how often is that happening? Oh, it's never happened in this state, but just in case, it's like, what the fuck? I saw something about it on One American News, and we just want to make sure we get to it first. Like, what's wrong with y'all? All right, last one. Allison Bechdel, who you may know from the Bechdel test. So the Bechdel test is this thing in like a movie or TV show or something like that, where if there's a scene where there are 2 women and they aren't talking about a man, then it passes the Bechdel test, right? So basically, like,
it's like 3. It's 3 things. There has to be more. There has to be at least 2 women featured in the movie. They have to talk to each other about something other than men.
Right. So like a lot of movies weren't passing it. So I'm sure a lot still don't pass it, but there was definitely a period of time where like women were in the movie to be love interest, and if they ever talked about something with another woman, it was that man. You know, you got a girl, you got the good man, you better get back.
My husband or something, right?
Right.
Okay, just for the fact that you're talking about a male that you're having a relationship with, right?
Yeah, just some type. Yeah, just they talk about some other shit. Just it could be literally anything. It seemed like a simple test, but just a lot of shit don't pass it. So at any rate, there's this new film called Fire Island out.
I seen that.
Yeah, and it's like it's a gay movie, but it's also like AAPI. It's like kind of comedic, kind of rom-com-y.
What's the AAPI?
I think it's Asian
Island. Yeah. And it's also an adaptation of Pride and Prejudice.
Right. So Asian American Pacific Islander. So or just Asian as we used to know it. Like it's just it's just a new update to be more inclusive. So then Allison Bechdel, the person who invented this test, had to come in and correct this woman who's an author and a podcast producer named Hannah Rosen, because she critiqued the film by tweeting out that it didn't pass the Bechdel test. She tweeted a critique of the film, asserting that it failed to meet the test criteria of including a scene in which 2 women talk about something other than a man. Bechdel, who originated the concept in 1985 in a comic strip, I don't know if I can say this word, to watch out for, it's issued a pitch perfect response. Okay, I just added a corollary to the Bechdel test. 2 men talking to each other about the female protagonist of an Alice Munro story and the screenplay structure on the Jane Austen novel equal pass. And it really was bad because Hannah Rosen, when she tweeted this, she's a white woman. And so people was like, so you waited to an AAPI gay film to try to like shit on it, like to act like it hurt women, to make like cishet women the victims of this film. Basically, like this narrative should be about us, and it's like this wasn't the time for that. You know, it's like someone watching.
So she's
go ahead.
She's a lesbian, so she was speaking from the lesbian perspective of having like a stereotypically drab lesbian character with Margaret Cho's character, and Margaret Cho was like, bitch, I didn't know I was drab, I'm fab, like as fuck. But the thing that, so they were dragging her by her toenails on Twitter, like a white womaning, like, oh Lord, don't let it be not about me at this moment. And I will say she took her dragging very gracefully. She deleted the tweet, posted a screenshot of the tweet, and wrote something like, you know, in my since deleted tweet, I said yada yada yada, but I've been corrected and I apologize. And like, you know, this ain't really my I think that this is how you handle a Twitter dragging. You don't double down, you don't make excuses, you just go ahead and be like, I fucked up, my bad.
Yeah, especially if you wrong, and I think Allison Bechdel weighing in is kind of hard to be right at that point. It's like the nigga
I would
that
change
invented
my name and move.
the nigga that invented the rule. It's like the nigga that invented the rule coming in. It's like if you're like, man, the way they defended Steph Curry, they using the Jordan rules, and then the person that wrote the Jordan rule book shows up like, no, nigga, that's not what they doing. You're like, oh, okay, all right.
Or
well,
when E40 be trying to tell people that only music slaps, except these niggas gonna talk about the person who invented the word ain't right.
Right, exactly. Just take your L. I did it earlier on the show. I deleted a tweet that many of you rightly pointed out was offensive. I've read the responses. I hear you. My tweet was careless and thoughtless. Truly, the movie was telling a story about queer AAPI men, those whose experiences don't show up enough in movies or anywhere else. Ooh, 1 out of 3. Damn. What I had to say was beside the point, not to mention a buzzkill on a fun summer movie. It's a cliche, but the fact that I didn't see it coming means I have a lot to learn. Last thing I want to do is pit members of my community against each other. I sincerely apologize to those who were hurt by my words.
That's how you do it.
Yep. She got 39 replies to this shit. Wonder what this say.
They probably just tell like, yes, queen, good job. We already forgave you anyway.
I don't just watch the trailer. To be quite honest, it doesn't look like a fun summer movie. In fact, I don't even think it's very queer.
Oh God. What? The movie is gay as fuck.
What you don't say is that your analysis under the Bechdel test was wrong. It shows a lack of understanding of how the test was developed, specifically from the graphic novel, where it was used to describe how alienating Hollywood movies are to the queer experience.
So they didn't even read her post.
These niggas really be wanting like to take the red ink and go through your term paper.
No, they want you to like die. Like when you do something wrong, the only thing you can do correctly is cease to exist. Like I was wrong. I'm sorry. I've learned whatever. They're like, that's not good enough. You have to die.
Like I'm not a person that bemoans cancel culture and shit, but this is what they mean when people like when you see those people gathering support, it's because of that extra level that some people want to take it to, like humiliation and like it's no longer even about being right. It's really like I want to make you feel really bad, as opposed to like I wanted you to learn a lesson. Like once that person learned a lesson, it should be the end of the shit. Unless they fuck up again.
Right. And for most people, that's what it is. And the thing is, you have these extremists. And those people all begin to sound the same. The people that's quote unquote correcting you are the same people that's in the Mitches talking about die bitch die, you know. And so that's the part nobody wants to see. And you know, it's one of those things where I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of people have cracked the code, and not trying to be funny. I appreciate the people that crack the codes. The people that go, you know, I ain't shit. I know I ain't shit. So you know what? I don't give a fuck about what y'all got to say. Y'all gonna talk about me if I do good. Y'all gonna talk about me if I do bad. So they just do whatever the fuck they doing, and they just ignore the fuck out of you. And people go, you wrong. Well, then that's so funny. You have that these extremists have pushed people to this choice. If that makes sense, it's like y'all act like people are making this choice out of them just out of the blue. No, they're making this choice because they already have peaked game, and they know that no matter what they say or what they do, it's not going to be enough. So they've kind of cut you off at the knee and go, well, it don't since what I got to say don't matter anyway. Y'all can kiss my ass. I'm just gonna keep on living my life and just ignore the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I think trying to be a good person is some internal shit that you either have or don't have.
Agreed.
And using the internet response as a litmus test is just a setup. Mm-hmm. Like you really gotta use like the people around you, people in your community, the people like you can't use the broad at all of like social media, because there are some people that do get off on being like that wasn't good enough no matter what you say.
Correct.
And if you become obsessed with those people, you end up looking like Dave Chappelle and shit, where like now you done spent your whole life trying to fight these niggas on the internet, and you done heard so many other people in the crossfire when you could have just been like, well, some motherfuckers ain't never gonna fuck with me cool, I'm moving on, you know.
Because that's how people function in real life, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's why you need to have something outside of social media, because the thing I realized, like, a lot of people on social media who spend a lot of time on social media, who consume it for a lot of time, it is designed to sap you in. It is designed for you to think that it is reality. And so if you're not aware and you're not alert, all of a sudden you think that that is the only world, and it's hard for people to function outside of that.
Well, it's also our insecurities, right? Because like, even if, like, with this woman who apologized, let's say it's a lot of people retweeted it, right? A lot of people liked it. Some people responded, and let's say it's like, I don't know, 10 people, 20 people that were like, fuck you, it still ain't good enough. When you're reading this shit, them people gonna stick out, and it's gonna make you feel like 100% of people. And it's gonna make you feel like, well, if I can convince those 10 people, I can convince everybody. And that's the part that you have to let go. Like, it's like, that's internal. It's not even like them wanting that power is not something you have to give them. So you just be like, I'm moving on. Speaking of moving on, let's move on to another fun segment. Okay. Something that we all like to talk about here. Let's invite some white people to the cookout.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
Y'all bring your ice brown back. No,
Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout. That's right. It's time to give the whites their due. Well, we award them the most for doing the least. Come on down to the cookout. I don't care what you did. You can get on in, okay? Let's start with the Country Music Awards.
Okay, what they do?
The Country Music Awards Fest, CMA Festival, has banned Confederate flags and imagery.
Ooh, do they know who their fan base is?
The 4-day event, which takes place from June 9th to June 12th in Nashville, brings country music's biggest stars. But for the first time, there's a ban on the Confederate flag imagery of any kind on festival grounds.
That's going to be interesting. Well, then, are y'all already prepared for the corner of people y'all gonna have to gel up, because they're gonna show up anyway with them shirts and them hats and shit, and y'all gonna tell them y'all can't come in here, and they're gonna fucking fight y'all.
They not, well, Karen, they have a history of losing fights, so I don't think that's not the threat they think it is. They just gonna be outside mad like they was when NASCAR banned it. They was outside mad, like, okay, be mad over there, which is the rule. We say you can't have a Confederate flag in your life. You just can't have it at our party. So yeah, they said it will not be permitted at any CMA Fest location, as it's widely viewed as a symbol of racism, slavery, and segregation in the U.S. Those who show up at the event, which typically draws about 50,000 country music fans displaying it, could be refused admittance without refund of admission.
That's
well,
good.
It's time for them to put their money where their mouth is, because they're always like talking about how it's heritage, it's not hate, it's but I wonder what they're gonna do about the people who have Confederate flag tattoos.
I don't know what you do about a tat.
Yeah,
and you know, some people it's gonna be fresh ink. I'm getting mine on the way down there.
And also, like, is the swastika okay?
Probably not, but I mean, that's the shit that happens with black people. Like, they know the swastika bad, so they'd be like, I obviously wouldn't have that. But this Confederate flag, though, this Confederate flag, my nigga, this shit is hidden. It's like, what? No, same shit to me.
Same shit to me. It's going to be really interesting to see where you go from here, because odds are it's still going to be predominantly white. And so and the thing is, I don't know if she will ever do this, but I want Beyonce to make them mad. I hope her next album is just a pure fucking country album from top to bottom. I hope she comes out with videos showing niggas how to toe step in cowboy boots with spurs and shit like that. And so just have all these people fuck around, all these Negroes fuck around and come up to the country music thing and just show their asses.
Well, I'm gonna take the old town road to get there, but I appreciate the CMAs for stepping up, and you didn't have to do much, but you in. Welcome to the cookout. Welcome to the cookout.
Yeah, because you know that's Junebug's jam.
Welcome to the cookout.
We love him some Billy Ray Cyrus.
Welcome to the cookout. Grab your partner by the arm and swing her around like a lucky charm. It's cookout time.
We electric sliding, honey. We gonna redo the electric sliding cowboy boots.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss your sister in the mouth. It's okay. We down south.
We gotta combine it with the black stuff. So it's like all my niggers and all my hoes hit the floor and do-si-do.
Oh no!
Welcome to the cookout. So I gotta fit on. Welcome. All right.
Oh yeah, you know we gotta drop it like it's hot. So drop it like it's hot gotta be in there somewhere in that phrasing.
Mm-hmm. Jack Harlow.
Yes, you know what about like drop it like it's hot and get on down. Yes, I can't wait for the remixes.
Speaking of music, Jack Harlow.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it musical at the cookout. Shout out to MadameNoir.com, who writes this article by Tanae Hudson 9 hours ago. Jack Harlow has loved black women his whole life.
What? Oh no, I am so shocked. Colored me super surprised.
Who is this person?
I cannot believe this revelation.
He's a white rapper. He doesn't know Brandy and Ray J, our brother sister.
Oh, that dude.
So a lot of people were like, he don't know black culture, and so I don't know if his PR people whatever hit up Madame Noir, but this is actually he might not know Brandy and Ray J is siblings, but he has loved black women his whole life. Okay, he's 24 years old.
He like them thick.
Black women are such a massive part of my career, the first class rapper said. He said, I was telling the New York Times how it's not a massive phenomenon to me because it's just a continuation of how my life was before I was famous. They'll never have to worry about not being credited by me. I mean, I look at my shows and I see them. It's one thing when you see the memes and you hear people talk about it. It's another when you travel the country and you see them all over the place. I love black women. I've loved black women my whole life. He was present during the protest after Breonna Taylor was killed in 2020. He intervened when a black woman was being harassed by police at one of his concerts and also contacted her afterwards. In his music videos, they are often his co-stars. The Louisville native told the New York Times that he has loved black women since I was young and they've always been in his life. I've had relationships with black women, so it would feel strange to me if it wasn't the case a little bit. Nobody in my inner circle is like, damn, black girls like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole circle loves black women. I'm constantly around black women. Well, I know before the cookout, some people like to ask who all gonna be there. And you know who all gonna be there? Black women. So you know who else gonna be there? Jack Harlow. Come on down, buddy.
He gonna have a whole stage.
We might not know none of your little songs, but come get it, okay?
Don't know. Might not know none of your little songs.
Lil Nas X might not be at the BET Awards, but he gonna be at the cookout, and then we can listen to y'all song together.
He sure will be there.
You love to see it. Wow, he really said that with his whole chest. He better never get in no trouble. He can't never fuck up now. He can't never have an off day. It's expectations now, nigga. You can't be saying no, I love black women, and then be out here getting caught saying some bullshit. All right, let's move into the last thing. Let's talk about some guest stories. All right, we've invited people to the cookout, and now it's time for us to get canceled ourselves.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, for the first guess the race. This is kind of sad, kind of funny. This is a classic. The blackout tips.
The ha
Okay, this takes it all the way back. I'm so sorry for finding this so funny. I'm so sorry. A 7-year-old allegedly punched by uncle of a video game.
Oh no.
Danny Robertson is charged with child abuse and child neglect or child endangerment after he allegedly punched his nephew in the jaw. The kid's mother says she got medical attention for her son after she saw it swollen the next morning.
Oh no.
For playing a video game.
He must have been whooping his uncle's ass.
It's sad that the first time I read the article, I was like, what did the kid...
I guarantee you that kid was talking shit.
I was like, what game was it? What was the score?
Probably Madden, 2K.
Like, I'm not saying it's okay. It's clearly not okay to do this to anyone. But have you ever been down 28 in the first quarter and the motherfucker just talking that shit? It really don't matter.
You ain't had enough of that little kid.
Like, it really don't matter what
I
age
bet
they
that
are.
little kid was talking shit. Get up, bitch. What?
Are you gonna try to play? Because when little kids talk shit, it be basic, but it be real hurtful.
Yeah, dude, because it be so pure.
Right. Are you sure you know how to play Uncle Donnie?
You told me you played this before.
Right. Yeah. I thought you played this. Like, I bought you the game. Yeah, I know how to play. Now, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't hit a 7-year-old in the throat. But all right, Karen, guess the race of Danny Robertson.
Black.
All right, NicJu.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that he is really upset that he can't bring his favorite T-shirt to the CMA festival anymore. White.
Oh, okay. Let's check the chat room. Black. I heard he threw the TV at the kid too, like Monique did in that movie.
Oh
no, not Precious. I picture the uncle Black. I picture the uncle with a Newport hanging out his mouth and a do-rag on his head. Black. Nig Black, playing in his mama basement. Black. This is why you shouldn't play spades in the same house. Black. Thought he was playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots on the Nintendo. Black.
Oh no.
Black. I am whipping that ass like granddaddy whipped that ass. Black. Fuck you, little nigga. Black. Mad nigger is black. They was playing Fortnite. Black. The correct answer is, I didn't know Fortnite was a black game, by the way. The correct answer is black.
Oh no!
Our response was the same. Was like, oh no, he did that shit. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, he had enough of that. And you know what? I bet he probably been playing that baby for days. And he was like, if this little nigga say something to me today, I'm gonna fuck him. He had enough of that little boy. He did that. Yes, he did that.
He told him to get off the sticks.
No.
You know he told me to get off the sticks.
It's Skunk Road, Uncle Danny. Of course,
no.
NicJu and a couple other people missed it. Gotta play the
I bet you probably looked at him like, get up, bitch. What?
right.
You know how that went. You know how, because
that's the other
them
thing.
shits is fighting words.
I don't want to assume too much about Uncle Danny, but Uncle Danny do look like he cursed around the kids.
You know
And so-
you know that little baby cussed at him.
Yeah, like, and when the kid cussed back, he tried to get an attitude because he was mad about losing that game.
Mhm.
But he probably initiated. That's how I learned to play games good. Was my cousin would talk shit to me and beat me in Tecmo Bowl with Bo Jackson, like that shit was fair. And then when the time I started winning with Randall Cunningham and shit, you damn right I was talking back. Then he gonna threaten me.
My My brother had that baseball game on Super Nintendo where you would like build your team or whatever. I think it's called Major League Baseball. And the way his room was set up, if you turned off the light switch, you would turn off the power in the room. And I was in there. I didn't have no business being there being nosy. Turned off the thing and he hadn't fucking saved his team. And so I erased his team. This nigga stood at the top of the staircase. It was like, come here, and like knocked me down the staircase, and he was like, come back. He did it like 3 times.
Oh no.
Woo. Oh, listen. That motherfucking Nintendo was a cause of a lot. I see why my mama and them was putting it on the damn top of the fridge. we was savage. We was out there fighting that.
And you know what? And this is why when people talk about nostalgia, I'm like, you know what? I like video games the way they are. Fuck that. Video games moved up like Microsoft Word. Them shits auto save now. You remember Microsoft Word? I still am in the habit of hitting save every 45 seconds because I'm afraid this shit gonna shut down and not save my stuff.
It only take one turn, paper.
Ooh, lose motherfucking everything. That bitch come back up. You're like, oh shit. And I know it auto saves. I'm like, fuck, I don't trust you. Auto save. Auto save might still.
Somebody posted a meme. Yes, somebody posted a meme of the computer tower with like somebody putting their foot on it. Like, this is how we used to turn our computer off back in the day. I'm like, yeah, sometimes fucking accidentally before autosave and you lost a whole term paper fucking around.
Listen, that was the night. I literally remember having nightmares about that. Like, I wake up like, oh, my term paper got deleted. I'm like, oh shit, no, I don't even go to that class anymore. What am I thinking? East Texas parents arrested after letting their daughter smoke their meth. Two people were arrested in Smith County earlier this week for allegedly letting their daughter smoke their meth. 34-year-old Lawana Glass and 51-year-old Johnny Michael Moore were taken into custody and charged with injury to a child. The warrant states that on May 3rd, deputies responded to a pursuit of a stolen vehicle. The driver stopped and ran from the area. The passenger was a teenage girl who told police she had run away from her parents' house the night before, and the driver was giving her a ride. Everything about this sounds bad.
Don't it though?
The victim said she was afraid of her mother and stepdad, which she identified as Glass and Moore. The warrant stated the girl told detectives they lived inside of a mechanic shop and Glass and Moore allegedly provided meth to the victim before. Agents with Child Protective Services executed a removal order of the victim from the mechanic shop and was taken to a local hospital. I mean, it's always, you down bad when your living address is the mechanic shop. You know what I mean? It's like, where do we mail this to? Pep Boys off of Murchison. There, that's where I stay.
That's the address.
Yeah, they're like, oh, is that where you work? No, that's just where I stay. So just DoorDash it there. In an interview the following day, the victim accused both Moore and Glass of physically abusing her along with providing her meth. The doctors say the victim tested positive for meth at the hospital, and after her interview with detectives, Glass and Moore were being held in Smith County Jail on bonds that were worth $250,000 each. Guess the race of Lawana Glass and Johnny Michael Moore.
Can I ask some follow-up questions?
Sure.
Where is the location?
East Texas.
Are they both the same race?
They're both the same race. Yeah, no tricks.
Question.
Those are niggas. Black.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going black too.
Okay, we got black going on twice on the show. Let's check the chat room. Those are nigga names. Black. As white as the crystal meth she smoked, pure white. Meth will always equal white for me. Just saying. That just saying it's pretty good. Is that Meineke Street? No, nigga, that's Meineke Muffler. Black. Mama name is Crystal with the KKK, both white. Lawana sounds super black. Well, that's not a guess, Bridget. I need you to go ahead and go out here and let us know. Let us. I need an answer. How Jane from Breaking Bad got addicted. White. Niggas that relocated from Florida. Parents born in the 70s. White. The name sound black, but living in the mechanic shop sounds like some white shit. Because the police care about the child. Them some white folks. Black sounding names with this white shit. White. Black. The southern version of giving your kid a sip of wine. White. No.
Oh no.
Southern. Her parents threw a tantrum at the school board meeting over CRT. Black and them blacks. The correct answer is y'all said black. A lot of chat room said black. Y'all got it wrong. They are white.
Oh no. Look them black ass sounding names. Oh no! What is happening in this picture?
Meth
Is that a wig?
All right, her hair pink.
You got it. The meth turn your hair pink, I think.
I know y'all in the chat talking about meth is not ours, but I grew up in a methy town and it was an equal opportunity drug.
You know, I was watching Cat Williams special and he did have a bit about how meth ain't no black people involved in it. That was pretty funny. But yeah, of course, some people did get it. Congratulations to y'all.
I should have asked how you spell her name. Lajuana.
LaJuana. That's what I thought you were gonna do when you were asking follow-ups. I was like, she's gonna sniff it out, but you know, that's what it is sometimes. All right, let's go to the bonus round. So far, I think NicJu's over 2 and Karen's 1-1. But anything can happen in the bonus round because it's worth triple the points.
What time is it? Triple the points. 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 Triple the race. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the race. Triple the race.
All right. Here we go. Woman arrested after throwing boyfriend's mother's ashes into Lake Worth. A Fort Worth woman, so Texas, right? A Fort Worth woman has been charged with abuse of a corpse after throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes into Lake Worth. According to Fort Worth Police Department, the suspect, 40-year-old Augustine Gladney, threw the ashes belonging to 38-year-old Ernest Smith's mother into the lake on Monday evening. Police said Smith informed officers when he returned home on Monday shortly after 7 p.m. He discovered that his mother's urn was missing. Smith told officers that he overheard a phone conversation between Gladney and her daughter, who was at their home at the time. According to police, Smith heard Gladney tell her daughter over the phone that she threw the urn in the lake. Police said Smith informed officers and he was unable to make contact with Gladney until almost midnight on Monday evening. Smith stated that Gladney texted him admitting that she had thrown his mother's ashes in the lake. According to police, Gladney was charged with abuse of a corpse on Wednesday. Guess the race of Augustine Gladney.
I'm going to go black.
All right. What about you, Nick?
Unfortunately, I know the answer, so I can't guess. But I will say that the TikTok was the video that's going around was a reenactment, so it's not the race of the person y'all seen in the video.
Okay. Did you want to pick another one?
Well, I'll pick another one. It was black. Karen, you got it right. Great job.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's all good. It's all good. Good job. You got one, but it don't count. Let's see. We'll do another one. How about a man steals an ambulance in DC? You heard this one before, Nick?
I did, unfortunately. Local news. Local news.
That was a heat check, no problem. I got plenty. You would not believe how much racist stuff happens all the time.
Always got to back up.
Angry over the speed of romance after mom's death, teen kills his father's fiance.
Oh no!
No,
I don't know this one.
All right.
Oh, no.
An Auburn teen has pleaded guilty to murdering his father's fiance at an Auburn home. Ross McFarland, who was 16 at the time of the 2019 fatal shooting, entered his guilty plea Thursday in the slaying of 66-year-old Martha Jones, Marty White, according to the Lee County District Attorney's Office of Court Records. Authorities said Ross McFarland harbored animosity towards White for being engaged to his father, East Alabama physician Dr. John McFarland, so soon after his mother's death 11 months earlier. So I guess the kid was like, that's too soon to be moving on. You're going to have to move on again. The deadly shooting happened in 2019. Auburn police responded to the home and found White dead on the floor with a gunshot wound to the face. White was a retired teacher from Auburn City Schools, as well as a mother and a grandmother. According to court records, investigators in their interview with Dr. McFarland discovered there was a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson handgun missing from the home. A witness who was a close friend of Ross McFarland told police she witnessed him shoot White. Also, he did it in front of somebody.
Oh, shit.
According to the friend, Ross McFarland picked up the shell casing and left the scene. Ross McFarland was arrested the following day and held without bond. Authorities said he posed a real and present danger to the public at large. The teen had no previous criminal history and was previously denied youthful offender status. Ross was sentenced to 50 years in prison. Guess the race of Ross Jonathan McFarland.
Ross Jonathan McFarland. I'm going to go White.
All right. NicJu.
I think the only reason why he got caught was because somebody saw it happen. But this is definitely somebody who calls people night skins in video game chat rooms.
Oh, no.
White.
No.
Not night skins.
Let's see. Let's see. In Grown Folks Business, White definitely called her Martha when he killed her. White.
Oh, no.
New limited crime series on Hulu. White. He said say hi to my mama when you get up there. No.
Oh,
Martha. Blonde hair, middle child, White. Definitely White. I grew up 45 minutes from Auburn, Alabama. Sound like some cracker shit from here, from there. Martha White got killed by White. Plus, it's Auburn, Alabama, so White. You're not my real mom, White. Gun humping, mayo slathered murderer, White. White for sure. He was actually mad because he wanted to fuck her first. Oh, QP pie sauce, White. Lordy Amina with the slander, White. Second Amendment lover, White. Bama sauce, White. They gonna blame the drag shows, White. And why did you say that name, Superman White? The correct answer is, I think everyone went White and everyone got it right.
Yay!
Strong finish.
She did that.
Was he actually?
I mean, he did that. I'm
sorry. And I was looking to see if they were like, but you know, people misgender these fucking things all the time. So who knows what the police said? But yeah, I was looking to see if maybe that was gonna be something they said, but no. Ross, he liked to shoot people before his daddy moved on. That's wild too, because like, how you decide your grown ass parent a year later can't be with somebody else?
They grown.
You can't control that. You killing people now? Is that what your mom would have wanted? Well, actually, you never know. I don't know his mama. She might have been petty. And if he's with somebody, kill her. Okay, I don't want him having no happiness without me.
And in the face, that was some hatred.
Oh yeah. All right. Last thing, sword ratchetness. Neighbor argument ends in a sword-style joust.
Randall Street.
Oh wait, I can let y'all see this one.
Okay.
And do y'all want to guess the race before I show it to you?
I mean, we already know they white, right?
Let's check it out.
They were arguing back and forth with each other.
No!
Tammy Gilchrist says she's not too surprised the argument between Earl Bolton and his neighbor across Randall Street came to blows.
They argue all the time, daily. That's a daily thing.
According to Memphis police, Bolton and Nora Catron were engaged in a loud yelling match early Sunday morning. Catron claims Bolton was yelling and calling her names. Tammy Gilchrist recalls Catron was armed.
Yeah. She did have a stick.
Catron reportedly walked across Randall Street toward Earl Bolton's house. And Gilchrist says things escalated when Bolton armed himself as well.
He went to his house and he got his bat and he went over her house, and that's when they started fighting.
The Memphis police affidavit of complaint described the exchange of blows as a sword-style joust with the stick and the bat in the street. At one point, Catron allegedly hit Bolton on the side of his face, causing a small scratch.
That ain't nothing. It ain't nothing but we got one little band-aid.
Bolton reportedly chased Catron, hitting and dislocating her ankle with his metal bat. Tammy Gilchrist believes Nora Catron, who she says only weighs about 90 pounds, was no match for Bolton.
He a man, and he know he has more force behind his swings and blows than a woman.
Okay, Tim, break it. You need to be on HBO Boxing Fight Night. I'll watch that. She had all the details. Okay,
all the tea. That ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing. Look at
take a little punch to the face.
I want to hear the edited version where they had to take out. Tim, you can't call him a bitch.
Oh, you know they edited this down.
This gonna be on Channel 6.
There was a lot of niggas in that. They was like, no,
look at this nigga face. All right, Tammy, we can't bring it down 2 notches.
Yeah, you can't say the N-word.
And 3, 2, and we go to start over again. Oh my goodness. Well, that wasn't a sword, but it was sword style because that's the influence that swords have in America. Mm-hmm. People just out here jousting on the reg. Also, nobody involved in that fight can ever use the word joust in their motherfucking life. Guarantee that. NicJu, tell them where to find you.
My babies, you can find me on the Twitter at NicJu, NicJu. Also on the Instagram, where sometimes I will drop a picture of my fully clothed ass, Nick the Jew. Thank y'all so much for having me, Karen. You're so beautiful. I've been staring at you this entire time. Your skin is so lovely. Your teeth are so pretty. Rod, you look so handsome with your freshly shaved head today. I just want to thank y'all both personally for.
You know, Nick, you be in my algorithm too. Okay, it's not just Reggie. Okay,
come on. I seen all the pics for your birthday, and you going out and gallivanting in the streets. I was like, let's go. So I'm here for it. And you are one of the few people that I'm going to come see. I'm actually gonna come see you. I don't know when, but I miss you. I really do. Like, I'm just miss you, just miss being in your presence.
This time we're going to take a picture together because when I was looking for pictures for this show, all the pictures are either like me taking a picture of you and Karen in the middle of a conversation, or it's we have one that's in the darkness of the night outside of a pizza place. And I was like, we're gonna take a picture together next time, so that anytime we do a show together, be like, look at this picture. This is us. We're all friends, everybody. So, and also, like, even before,
and y'all have really like.
I was gonna say before we get out too. I also want to say, like, you're one of those people that, like, real talk, like, I reach out to whenever I want to be like, am I tripping? Because, like, you have such a good barometer, and I know they try to give Geminis a bad name, but you've always been like a very steady presence and like a staunch like defender and like a very like a logical person that'll be like, yo, this is how I see this thing, and I really do appreciate that about you. I'm glad that you came on the show again.
Yeah, and you are I'm not gonna lie, you are one of the few people that Roderick's mother asks about me, about you. She asks about you. She asks about Reggie. She asks about Susan. It's like a handful of people that should be like, how are they doing? And I'm like, she doing good. I'm like, they doing good. Like, I'll keep her kind of informed about the things that you're doing. And you always know you one of a few people. It's an open invitation. If you're around, you definitely can come by and swing by. You know, just know that you are loved here.
Thank you. I miss y'all so much. And y'all have been really holding me down through my little illness, and Karen calling me and Rod checking in on me. I appreciate y'all so much. And please tell Miss Judy I said hello. And as soon as I come down there, I'm definitely trying to see her from a safe distance. And I love y'all. And I'm so happy for everything that's going on with y'all. And just thank you so much for having me.
Back at you, and we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back because we can really do this for hours. Honestly,
come on, like it could be a straight up love fest.
We'll still be up in here like, listen, Steph Curry just hit another 3, and I love you, girl. Okay, you understand that you are the shit. We are like, so. But at any rate, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Bye, NicJu. We'll talk.